How do Unc close out the show with the same song that I was going to open up the show with? I guess Unc liked that song, though. He liked it, you know? But anyway, yo, I got something nice for y'all, man. We're going to come in with the sister, Stacy. Stacy was on the inside of the music industry for over 19 plus years. She's witnessed a lot of things. This right here is me just getting to know her. And I guarantee you our second meeting will be even better because now I know the questions to ask her. And so that's how we're going to get this thing in. The second meeting will be even better. The questions will be even better. And so it is what it is. Let's get it. Let's get ready. Let's bring her on.
The HOK is the toughest environment, and or at your own risk is the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Yeah, stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah, no handouts here. You have to earn your respect. And when you do, you make they ass regret. They call it the toughest, and the title is earned from the bridges we crossed and the lessons we learned. In a cool-blooded kingdom, a concrete cage. Muslim, Christian, Israelites step on the stage. I dare you, I dare you, I dare you, I dare you. In a cool-blooded kingdom, sa.neter created. HOK, where you can't fake it. The HOK is where you fight back. No room for error, no window attack. It's a masterclass, how you handle the heat. Where the pedigree is written on the concrete streets. Toughest environment, yeah, we know the score. Locked in on debate and asking for more. The HOK is the toughest environment. Enter at your own risk, it's the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah.
All right, as y'all come in, please hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like button, man. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Sister Stacy has been in the music industry, like I said, for 19 years. And I've met the sister. I've seen her walking up and down my block. Come to find out, she lives a couple of blocks, a couple of buildings away from me. And so I started the conversation with her. And she started going in on this. And I was like, yo, sis, you got to let me do an interview. She didn't shy away from it. She was like, okay, what's up? Whenever. I said, oh, man, let's get it. And so that's how that started. And she started going in on all of this stuff, man. I was like, wow. I was impressed with her knowledge. And she knows a lot of this information. So the next interview I do with her, I guarantee you, yo, it's going to be way better. And the editing, and the work, the graphics, the background scenery is going to be good. She deserves that. She deserves to get that background setting. Without any further ado, let's get it in. All right, peace and black power. Testing 1, 2, family. Y'all already know what it is. I got my sister right here. Sister Stacy is in the building. And we're going to talk a little bit about the situation that's going down with Puff Daddy, 50 Cent. First of all, Sister Stacy, I would like for you to introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are. You know.
All right. Hi, I'm Stacy, makeup artist, stylist of many years. I can say I've been in the game maybe about 20, good straight 20 years, 2 decades of seeing a lot of things in the industry. Born and raised Edgecombe, Harlem.
Now you're saying makeup artists. Who are some of the people you have worked with?
So Remy Martin, Fat Joe, Kamara Lee, let's say Pamela Anderson Lee, Fantasia.
Wow.
So I got some good ones that I've been around. So it was a good run. Miss America, political people, behind the scenes people, Amazon, head of Amazon Music. I still do her now. I still do pageants. So,
So you still active working?
Yes. Yes.
What about in the industry as well?
Yes. If I get the right call, I'll take it.
Oh, okay. So you're a professional.
Yes.
You good.
Yes.
I see the way you do yourself.
Yeah,
so.
thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's get in. Before we go into the music industry, let's talk about childcare and how that works for you.
Well, it's difficult.
Yeah. What are the biggest struggles you face as a mother of special needs persons, or special needs children?
Well, being that he's 19 now, you would think he's older, it would got easier, but it got harder, especially with the line of work that I do. I can't go to Miami like I used to. I can't just take that trip and travel with artists.
He needs you more.
I support him, so I have to be involved. When I took a break and when I realized my son was on the spectrum, I noticed when I got back into the game, a lot of people went and take me for jobs because they was already aware that I had the child with special needs. So I felt like I got looked at a certain way differently before I got pregnant and when I got pregnant.
Yes.
Before I got pregnant and then when I got pregnant, everything changed. It was like everybody wanted me around. Everybody wanted me to be seen or in the atmosphere. But once I met the dude that I was with, which was also into the rap game, also doing things, got pregnant by him. He became a big time model for Sean John. So it's like everything just went.
So
left.
how many children you have?
Just one.
Okay. So the brother that you got involved with, he became a big time model for Sean John.
Yes, sir.
And what happened with that situation?
It went left. I helped him. I got him to the right agent because I was the plug-in. I was already in the game. I already did Fashion Week fashion shows, knew a lot of people. They saw me actually with him walking in the street and somebody called me and asked me who he was. And when I introduced him and I told him he was my boyfriend, after that, it went skyrocket. I mean, he was modeling for Vibe at the time. I knew Mimzor. I knew a couple of stylists too. And when I introduced him to all these people, believe it or not, he made it big. He went to Milan first before he met Puff. And then when Puff saw him, he was one of his biggest models for Sean John for like a good year.
Oh, wow. I probably seen him too on some commercials.
Yeah, he had a show on BET Centric, on the Citric channel. And it was called Model City. And he was actually on there with another young lady as his girlfriend, which was also a supermodel for Victoria's Secret.
Wow. So you've been in the game for a minute.
Yes.
How long? How many years you would say?
A good straight, I want to say 19 years.
Woo, all right. So you know a lot of people.
Yes.
You know this business.
Yes.
So we're gonna get into that, but I wanna take this over first. What are some of the misconceptions about you and your child that people often have?
I mean, when you see my son, looking at him, you would never know he's on a spectrum.
Right.
That's first and foremost. When he talks, then you can kind of realize something's off with him. He's 6'6".
Yeah, he is tall. I've seen him.
He's 200 pounds, and he can come off a little bit intimidating by his size. But it's sad to say, him being that way, he is looked at like, you know, is just a child on the spectrum or nothing. And I defend him, I advocate for him, I keep him fly. I feel like that helps the look of him because I put so much into him that people overlook the autism because the way I keep him up. But if I wasn't to keep him up like some parents do, they wouldn't acknowledge him.
Mm-hmm. Is there something else you would like to say before we move on to the next topic? Because I want you to get everything out, everything that you can remember.
I feel like...
Talk about what we was talking about earlier before the cameras came on. Like some people don't bring their child up, some people...
Yeah, like a lot of industry people who have special needs, you know, they really don't like to discuss it. I feel like now some of them are coming out, like Faith Evans is one, which I was well aware that her child was on the spectrum. I mean, Fat Joe, he has discussed his son, but I feel like he didn't discuss it in the beginning, because when I used to do his makeup, I wasn't even sure the situation that happened with him and the child's mother. You know what I mean? I know that he is his son's caregiver, so I highly respect him because of that, because he took the torch and decided, I'm going to take care of him, and he continued. He does a great job. I'm going to give him that credit. But I do know a lot of times when people find out you have a child with special needs, they downgrade you. They don't look at your skill. They don't look at what you do. They just think, oh, they got like something's wrong with you now just because you had a child with special needs. They don't even know. Like, it's so many things with that.
Right. Do you
Immunization
think they feel
shots.
ashamed?
Yeah, I do feel that they feel ashamed. I do feel like that discredits their like music ability or whatever that there is. Like, for instance, I don't think that Faith, for example, was one that wanted people to know that she had this special needs son. Tisha Campbell, I didn't think she really wanted people to know in the beginning that she had a special needs son. Toni Braxton, I felt like she didn't really want people to know that she had a special needs son until she knew how to handle the situation, manifest it. And honestly, it takes a lot of money to get them to get the proper care that they need, because honestly, if they're aggressive or if they are hard to be social with a lot of people, it takes a team, and nobody has that kind of money. Really, it's hard. It's a financial thing. You need that money to get them the type of help that they really need.
Talk to us about, let's switch gears.
Okay.
Talk to us about what's going on from the music industry person to being a mom of a special needs child is like.
Well, for me, it was definitely difficult. I remember when I started, I was very young when I was going to get signed at 16 with Eric Sermon. And that was like a big thing for me. And I used to write and try to get involved. And then I just took a break from it because I wasn't sure if that was the direction that I wanted to go once I started learning the business more at such a young age. I mean, I went to Harlem School of the Arts. I learned how to sing. I learned how to do ballet. Like, my mom always kept me involved. She was kind of like my manager. She would always take me to castings. And a lot of times I wouldn't get it for little reasons, but being that I'm a biracial child, a lot of times they would look at me and say, oh, she could do it, but I was a little too short, or maybe a little too big, or not thin enough, or too thin. So it was a lot of that too. I did have the look when Eric Sermon and them was gonna sign me and my friends, but then it was like a thing of, I was more of the vision that they wanted, but at the end of the day, it wasn't something that I felt comfortable yet doing because I was so young. I didn't know how to get myself into it.
Now, when you mentioned Eric Sermon was going to sign you to what? As an R&B singer
as
or as a writer?
It was an R&B group, but my friend it was two other girls, and one was going to rap. I was more like the singer and more the face of the group, and then the other girl, she was both. Like, she would rap and she would sing.
Have you ever met TLC?
No, I wish I did. But I did meet Left Eye.
Oh, okay.
One time, and I did meet.
Your style look like
A lot of
I know people tell you that.
Yeah, if it's not that, it's Jada.
Yeah, so that's good. So what happened with you and Eric Sermon? What happened?
So after I saw like the direction they was going, and then I didn't take the money for from the contract. I didn't sign a contract because my mother didn't agree on it. So actually, my friends took the money, and then they said they didn't want them with me. They wanted to do me as a single artist. And that's something I couldn't do as far as the loyalty of the group. I just didn't go forth with it. Because I remember when they put me on the spot on 125th Street in front of Lazarus and told me to sing right there, like to try to like test me to see if I was bold enough. And so I did it, and I forgot what I sung. My friend was with me, the rapper One Liba. She was standing beside me, and she was like, just sing, just do it, Stacy, because this is going to help us. This is going to make us this money. And you know, back then, everybody wanted to be in a group. Everybody wanted that exposure. I really was just not. I was confident, but then yet I was still scared at the same time because I was so young. And I really didn't know like what I was getting myself into. So I sang, they was like, all right, she got it. She got the look, she got this, she got that. We like her. But then, like I said, the other two girls, it was just something they wasn't feeling. And then I just didn't go forward.
Oh, man. All right. All the rumors about casting couches. Let's talk about the casting couches, freak-offs, and humiliation rituals in the industry. Are they true?
Yes.
Talk to me.
Very much so. Very much so. I remember I'm not going to expose my age, but at 18, going into 19, I want to say I did an internship, very short time at Bad Boy. I saw the things, the drugs in and out. I saw the little things then. And it's just so funny as time went on. And then I met my baby father and we got back. And then I noticed seeing a lot of people at Sean John, going to the Sean John's, the store, going to his building, going to his apartment. And yes, it's always was drugs, a lot of orgies, a lot of things going on. And I would just be like, I'm out, because I'm not sitting for this. I'm not staying for this. And I don't drink, I don't smoke, so that kind of helped me not take that glass, not sip that sip. I mean, I've seen Cassie really high, really messed up. With my son's father, they both just fucked up, and I'm like, he fell into it. That's why we're not together.
Now, Cassie is the one that passed on?
That's the one that he actually abused in the hotel room.
Because she ain't passed. She's the one
left
that
him for the trainer.
Up.
She left him for the fitness trainer.
Now, Cassie seemed kind of strange to me as I was looking at the 50 Cent movie. I didn't know that she was messing around with P. Diddy, and also P. Diddy would let somebody else have her. Like, what's going on with that?
So I feel like because of the arrangement, he was paying her. He was giving her a very great amount of money, allowance, we're going to say it was. And I feel like because of the money and buying a house and helping the family and doing those things. And I really do feel like she genuinely did love him. I will say that. But it wasn't healthy love. You know what I mean? I feel like she just got caught up and didn't know how to get out. But she was taking the money. So she felt obligated.
I want you to go in like you do. You ain't gotta stop. Just go in and tell the story.
I mean, like, far as I know, like, I'm just gonna go off of like my son's father, because they built more of a relationship, because I wanted no involvement. Like, we were still kind of trying to work things out, but then I saw how much he was getting in tune with being with Puff. Puff invited him to a secret island, wanted to take my son's father there. He asked me for my consent. Of course, I said, hell no. Why would you do that? But then I saw that he was messing around with the drugs too. I feel like he was coking. I feel like he was loving the parties and just, getting caught up in that life. You know what I mean? Like, one thing I do know about Puff, he's going to spend. Is that money's not an issue. Whatever you want, he's going to get it. But when it comes to payment for working for him, he ain't paying you, because he still owes my baby father a good 50 grand.
I seen him.
A good 50 grand.
Saying
a good 50 grand.
He owes so much money.
A good 50 grand. I'm telling you, this. His posters was all over Macy's. It was everywhere. It was in ads. It was in Bloomingdale's with Sean John's clothing on. And he did other things like Timberland and Tommy and Jockey. He did all that shit. But at the end of the day, Puff was using him. He was attracted to him. He's a nice looking man. I'll give him that. He does give off that metro look. And that was just more up his alley, I feel. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say that Puff is gay. No, I do not think that.
I do not
think he's gay.
Okay.
No, I think that he is a man that loves sex. And he likes it from anything, everyone, anytime, and place, because of the stature that he is.
You don't think he play around with men as well?
No, I do think he play around with men, but I do not think he's gay. Because I mean,
define that for me. Like,
the difference.
If you messing with a man,
he's bisexual. I'll say that.
Okay.
He's bisexual.
He go both ways.
I think he'll go both ways. I think if you throw an animal in there, he'll fuck the animal too. I think it's all that with him, because I feel like he has an illness. I don't feel that. I feel like, if you look at the documentary that 50 did, he did do a little bit of touch of his younger self. He was a nerd. He was a geek. He was, I have a friend who actually went to college with him. And she was like, he wasn't honestly, he's not a looker. He's not a person that you're going to stop and say, wow, he's handsome. He ain't giving that.
Who you talking about?
Puff.
Okay.
Look at his mouth. Like, everybody knows. Look at he's not an attractive man. The man is not a handsome guy. The money makes him look handsome to these females. It's all about the money. And that's not just him. I've worked with Dipset. I work with Jim Jones. You know what I mean? I've been around it. I've been around Cam. I've been around Freaky Zeke, all them rappers. And they all, those girls, See, it's two different types of women. You got the woman who's gonna just work for you, keep it business, and then you got the woman that's sexy and that's gonna work for you and do whatever to get that money. Mm-hmm. I was the one that's gonna work, my job is done, I'm out.
Right.
My friends that used to work at some of these places was not that. They want the bag. They want to get pregnant. They want to figure it out. They want to get the turkey baster. I have plenty of friends who's messed with plenty of ballers who did the turkey baster on them real fast.
What is the turkey baster?
So basically, you'll have sex with an NBA player or athlete or rapper. They'll throw the condom. You'll get the turkey baster. You suck the semen out of it, and then you impregnate yourself.
Wow. Wow. That's what's been going on.
Yes. And
without the brother knowing none of that.
Without the brother knowing. And I'm going to just keep that.
Right.
I'm not going to mention no names.
Yeah.
But it's been done.
Oh, man.
I have a friend right now who's actually with an NBA player right now, and she's not a woman. She's a transgender.
Do he know that?
And he knows. Mm-hmm. And he pays for everything.
Wow.
He has a wife.
Crazy.
He has children. He has kids everywhere. And he keeps her funded. Well funded, because he doesn't want her to exploit him and tell the world.
Right. Right.
So.
Oh man, that's a lot of stuff going on.
It's disgusting.
What advice would you give to people who want to get into the industry?
Look, I don't knock it. I don't stop it. Whoever wants to go out there, believe in your heart, do it, but be smart. Don't fall into the trap. I mean, that life is so exhilarating with these millennial children right now. I'm sure they'll jump right into it. I'm not a really big fan of with social media and things. I don't like the fact that young girls want to wear wigs and big lashes and dress sexy and all of that. I mean, I feel like it's an age and time for all of that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, if you are strong-willed and you can do it and keep a steady head, by all means, try it out, but be careful.
Right, right. Are there satanic rituals going on that you think on inside of the music industry?
Of course. I do feel
Talk to me about
I feel like a lot of them believe in that devil shit. We not going, but a lot of them believe. I feel like they sell their souls to the devil so they can win.
What is the craziest thing you've seen going on in the music industry dealing with satanic rituals? I
feel like the most craziest thing is just recruiting people and asking them, do you want to be down with this? And would you do it? Or would you I know for a fact there's several artists that has made comments about satanic things. And I noticed their success after that.
Wow, yes.
And I hate to say it, but I do feel personally, Rihanna's one, Chris Brown's another, Kanye's another. And I feel like with Kanye, personally, because I love him to death, but I do feel like his mother was who he sacrificed. I do feel that way. Wow. I do feel like they sign these things or say these things, and it's family members that they give to the devil, not themselves.
Do you think P. Diddy will survive prison the next 4 years? If he do the 4 years.
If he does the 4 years.
Because I'm looking at Donald Trump might try to get him up out of there.
I don't think so. I don't think Trump is going to do it. I just saw an interview with Trump. Trump, is still highly upset with him. They did have a friendship. Way back in the day, I think this is when I did the internship. I know for a fact that they had a relationship as cool, because he's been to summer puff parties before he became a president. And I remember Puff saying something negative about Trump, and I feel like because he did that and he made it quite clear that he didn't vote for him, Trump is not going to do it.
Wow, damn, Puffy. Okay.
Will he make it? Yeah, he'll make it. He'll make it. He'll make it because he has the power, he has the friends, he has the backup. It's all about that. And once his kids make their documentary, they're going to make one. His sons are going to make one because they're not feeling 50 right now.
Yeah.
So
what's the situation between 50 Cent and Puff Daddy? Why do you think he hate him so much?
Well, I feel like after having a child with 50 Cent's child's mother, I think that really took the whole jump. Like that's, I feel, is the biggest form of disrespect.
Yeah, he crossed the line on that.
You go after somebody that you know that's been trolling you or have beef or whatever, and then you go have a baby. And I feel like she went along with it to get back at 50 because they had their little disagreements, you know, with money, child support, things of that nature. Because everybody know 50 not giving you all his money. That's one thing he's not going to do.
Right.
He's not going to do that. And I really feel like that was like the last straw for 50.
What happened between Eric Sherman and Diddy?
Okay.
Same situation.
Same situation,
like
but
Diddy didn't care.
misunderstanding because Diddy assumed something that wasn't a fact. Eric Sherman had no relations with any female, from my knowledge, during that time. And I'm not going to disclose his sexuality or anything of that nature, but it was many talks around many people that he was not into women.
Eric
Sherman, yeah. And I feel like Puff liked him, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like he wanted to deal with him on that level.
Oh, wow. So it was a lot of stuff going on like that.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and just freestyle. Go in. Let me ask you, what's up with the baby oil? All these thousands of bottles. Was it really baby oil, or was it drugs?
Well, it's laced baby oil. It's laced with cocaine and some other type of, yes. So that is to just numb you. So once they do whatever they doing with all those orgies, after a while you don't feel nothing. And he would slather Cassie down with it. He would just all kind of shit. Like, it's just, that was his way of hiding it, is the baby oil. But once you see that amounts of baby oil, like, come on. Like,
but was it really baby oil?
Yeah, it was a baby oil, but it was laced with drugs. It was melted into the baby oil and repackaged. That's how he had it saved.
But how do that affects you, like baby oil mixed with that? Because you're just rubbing you down with it.
Yeah, but it's a drug. It is going in your system. It's going in your pores.
Oh, I got it. I got you.
And after a while, what does cocaine do? It numb you. So what you think after slathering, and it had other chemicals, of course, in it as well, but it was a numbing mechanism in it to make you numb so you can handle and prolong your sexual activities.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's just disgusting. I mean, like, you know, but it's honestly, it was very smart on his behalf because nobody's thinking that far.
Right.
Until investigators found it and kept on finding it and then found more, then they were like, hold up. And then when they tested it and saw what was in it, then they were like, oh, okay, now. So I really feel like he should be more in jail for that than anything else.
Right, I agree.
Just for having that amount of drugs in the house. But all the other stuff that I feel like he was being charged for, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, Cassie negotiated. She took money. She wrote a book. He paid you not to bring all this information out. You took the money. So, like, is it fair in that aspect? I don't know. You know what I mean? You stayed. You didn't leave, but you took the money.
Do you think Diddy was really trafficking women, females?
No, I don't.
That's why they didn't get him on that.
I don't think so. Yeah. Anytime when I did the internship or saw anybody of that kind of look or walking in or walking out or even hanging around him, these women came willingly.
And they was of age?
From what I know, yeah. I mean, they wasn't showing us no IDs. I mean, some of them would look young, but their body looked developed. You can't tell these days. Not to say it like that. You really don't know. I've seen girls 12 years old and shaped like a full-fledged woman. But from my knowledge, who I've seen, I never saw nobody underage come into the building. Like 14 or 15. No, I never seen that. Now, I wasn't there all the time. I didn't stay long. Like I said, I was always in and out, and I got out of there as fast as possible when I noticed that I wasn't comfortable. And it could be little things, verbiage, amount of pay, all of that was accountable. So I'm not working nowhere and I'm not getting what I want out of this.
So what made you decide to say, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm no longer with this bad boy situation?
Well, when I saw it wasn't going the direction that I wanted to go to, I'm not staying. Like I said, I wanted to learn. I wasn't learning shit. After the third week, all right, I'm like still not getting what I feel like I thought this was about. Like, I'm not here to pick up coffee. I'm here to learn. I'm here to see what's going on. The point of me being there was, honestly, I wanted to be his assistant at one point in time. So when I left and saw that he had another position finally coming up, I believe like it was around 2004, 2003, I saw that position was up, but that other young lady got it. That worked with him, and she worked well with him. And she stayed a long time before he ended up firing her. Mm-hmm. So.
Have he ever tried anything with you?
No. Mm-hmm. No, he never.
Why you think that is? You're a beautiful woman.
I feel it was because he saw that I was strong. Okay. He saw that you wasn't. He could tell. He saw something. Yeah, he would compliment, but never was he ever inappropriate with me. I worked with Dame Dash. Never was inappropriate with me. Jim Jones, he was kind of inappropriate at times. Like, he'll say certain things to me, but they already knew I wasn't about that. You know what I mean? And they already knew it's a phone call away. Like, nigga, I'll call the cops on y'all ass. Don't play with me. Like, they saw how strong, how Harlem I was. And plus, I knew people too. Like, I knew Tiana Taylor's mother very well. Like, she was just a phone call away from me during that time. Even when I got pregnant, like, she invited me to stay with her because I was going through issues with my family, because I didn't know if I wanted to go along with this pregnancy, because I saw how far my baby father was going and back into the drugs and then the party life and the women and him in W hotels and all these video vixens and things like that calling his phone. Like, I knew it was things going on, but I do know that Puff pushed that. Mm-hmm. And I also know that his agent pushed it, because once they knew that I was pregnant, even working for a big time company that I worked for, they didn't even want me to show that I was pregnant.
They tried to get you to hide that.
I had to hide the pregnancy.
Why?
Because it was ruining the brand.
That's crazy. So, I mean, just talk to me about what you want to get out on this situation here with Diddy and stuff like that.
I feel like with that, honestly, I mean, it's disgusting. I feel bad because, honestly, I used to really look up to the man. I thought he was, I'm not going to take that away. He's a smart man, but he's a messed up man. You know what I mean? I feel like the power, the money changed him. Like most, not to say it like that, but most black men in the industry, something about that money, baby, and just being of importance. I mean, look at Bill Cosby. Look at R. Kelly. The list goes on. These are all great, iconic men that us as black women or black young men look up to, and they just become what? Just another man in jail? Look at Elmo, the creator of Elmo. Look what he did. He touched a transgender boy. He has a daughter. Like, come on. Like, why would you do that? You're Elmo. Like, you're the first black puppeteer that made a puppet and became this big iconic object that everybody bought on Christmas, and you threw it all away because you want to touch a boy that's trans?
Damn.
Like, you ruined your whole life, your name. You had to sell that. And now it's a white woman that does the voice of Elmo. And that was a black man's place. They created that. So, I don't know. It's just, I just feel like the industry itself is just, for us as black people, it just went down the toilet. I don't see any improvement anytime soon. Especially now, where it seems like every great man or great female that's out, look at Nikki. What happened to her? What's going on, girl? Like, what, you doing drugs? Like, I don't know. Like, this thing with loving Trump so much, she lost a lot of fans off of that. Cardi B is not. Cardi B is for the team. I'll give it for her. Like, she's doing what she has to do to keep her fan base to love her. And she's going in the right direction. And I knew her too. She used to come actually to my counter that I worked at to get her makeup done before she became who she was. Right there in Harlem, right at 125th, right at the Mac store, getting her makeup done before she go hit that pole.
So, Cardi B?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cardi B. And I met her on a few occasions, and I don't have nothing bad to say about her at all.
Not right now. But
Let's think. Who else do you want to talk about? Rough Riders. I know a few people from them.
yeah, let's go.
Dragon, Eve. I remember those days when she was with Stevie J, and actually the guy that I was going out with at the time, he was gonna get signed to Rough Riders, and we end up not being together because he became abusive. Left him. At the time, they used to call him Fats on the streets, but he wasn't fat. But right. I used to go to Bronxdale, and that's where I met all of Rough Riders people. And it's so funny how small the world is. Literally, I want to say 2 years ago, I started working for Rough Riders organization to help them with young Black youth, like doing girls' makeup, mentoring them, and going to all their award ceremonies every year. And they would pay me to do the award ceremonies. And I did it for like 2-3 years straight.
Do you miss being involved?
No.
Surrounded by all these celebrities?
Because one thing, I'm different. And everybody who's met me always said that I was different because I don't get starstruck. And that's why a lot of people that I worked for liked me, because I wasn't that type that would see someone and go crazy. I would not see the flashy things, the cars, and they would throw money, like they would count money. Men would count money in front of me and show me all these beautiful things, and I would not bulge. Right. I don't know if that's my mother installment in me or what it is about me, but I'm never impressed. Right. And maybe because I didn't earn it and it's not mine. So I would never jump. I remember when Genuine tried to talk to me, and it was tempting because of the look, but not interested. No, thank you.
Right.
I mean, like, come on.
So you went through a lot of this stuff right here.
Yeah. I mean, I've had drinks slipped over the years in my early 20s.
When you say drinks slipped? Like
they would put something in my drink and I would know. And
oh, you would know?
Yeah. I would never take them because I knew something was up, because they would get someone else or a female, and they usually always had a female to give the girl the drink.
Ooh, yeah.
And that particular person that did that tried to do that to me was a very close friend of mine. Damn. And she's actually a CO now.
So you can't trust nobody.
But you can't trust nobody. You can't. Because I was surprised she did that. You know what I mean? But I knew what she was doing, because she would lay around. She would let them train her, get money. I remember a lot of the people from a group of signing into Bad Boy actually trained her and she got a bag of counterfeit money. And boy, did her whole life crumble after that. And then she got her shit together.
You said after she did what she had to do, they gave her counterfeit money.
A bag of counterfeit money.
Oh, man.
And boy, did that change her. After that, I think that woke her ass up, actually. But
yeah, doing dirt to people.
Yeah.
Sometimes they call it date rape.
Yeah, but it's not date rape if you are saying, I'll do it for money.
Right.
She told them she was going to do it. She let me know. I'm going to do, and I'm like, why? And she was like, they about to give me 50 grand.
Have you ever confronted your friend that tried to pass you this?
Yeah. She denied it. She was like, no, I would never do that to you. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Right. So you didn't drink it. That's good.
No, because I knew, because the DJ did it. He put it in. I saw it. I was sitting in the vicinity of the club. I believe at the time it was Mansion. I don't know if you remember that, but it was a club called Mansion that everybody used to go to. And she was very close with the DJ. And I know she was sleeping around with a couple of rappers already. She's beautiful. I mean, she already had her body done. She had her breasts done already. And mind you, we were quite young. I believe I was probably, did I have my son at the time? Nope. I was probably 23 at the time when this happened. And she was already laying around with everybody already. I mean, big time.
So how does this make you feel? Did you stop hanging with her? Or?
Of course.
Yeah.
Then I tried to befriend her like later on when we got older. You know, she changed. She actually called me. Oh, I need you to be a reference for me to be a CO. And she used me to get her job. And I knew her. I mean, we grew up together. We went to elementary school together. We were great friends. And
you mentioned Cameron.
Yeah.
And Dipset.
Yeah.
How was them brothers? was Cameron?
Cam was always cool. You know what I mean? I feel like back then with him, he was more like on a quieter side. I feel like now what he's doing now with his podcast, everything that he's doing, I feel like he's more open. I feel like I see a different side of him. Back then, he was more wild. I feel like maybe, I don't know for sure, maybe the drugs or maybe the relationship he was in at the time was draining him, but something was going on. I do know that he had a family member. I believe it was his dad that was sick. I think that affected him a little bit and might have helped change him too. Mace, I knew him, his sister. Mace, I never really cared for. I never really gravitated to him. Then later on, I saw him again. He tried to talk to me like I was like in a relationship kind of way. Didn't like it, nothing about him. Read his book. You talking about God. I feel like he's two-faced. I feel like he's not a good person. I feel like you had a wife, like what's going on? Like I know you lay around with other people. And he does like to talk bad about Puff, but Puff carried you, nigga, for a long time. And you can't say that because you was right along with it. And you talking about, oh, his mother got the receipts. Yeah, his mother does have the receipts.
That he got out of it just in time.
Well, he got out of it because I don't want to say it was just in time, but I feel like he wasn't going to make it that far. I met Fab. That's when he was like big t-shirts, white tee, big hat, Fab. This Fab of today is totally different. I actually do one of the girls who...
Is he more cool?
No, I'm not.
When I see Fab, I look at him as a cool...
I feel like, no. Looks can be deceiving.
Right.
I actually do a makeup for a young lady who sleeps with him. It's one of his.
Say that again?
I do makeup for one of the females who sleep with him, and that's like one of his joints right now. So no, looks can be very. He's a very disgusting man too. So I don't know if it's the money or what with these rappers and these guys when they get this money or get to their stature, they lose their mind.
Yeah.
They really do. And he's very like I'll say. Whatever happened with him in the music and everything, his time was up. You was getting kind of corny. The music wasn't really, things musically was changing. Sounds was changing. That sound he has, it was nothing. It was the same sound. Nothing different. Nothing. Music of today is nothing like music in the 80s and the 90s. That's real music. Just like when we discussed before about basketball. Basketball back then is not basketball today.
Right.
I enjoyed the Jordan, the John Starks. That's what I love. The Patrick Ewing. That's the aura of the game. These little rookies, what I'm seeing now is sloppy work. We got maybe one or two good ones. I'll tap them on the back. But still, it's still not like it used to. No. Ain't nobody like Jordan. Ain't nobody gonna invest their money into a sneaker like Jordan still to this day. Jordan still is making millions off of his sneaker.
But didn't he sell his sneaker?
No, I don't think he did.
Oh.
I don't think he did. I think he still has, he gets profit off of that.
Wow.
For sure.
That's what's up, right?
For sure, yeah.
So is there anything that you're leaving out that you can reflect on dealing with the Diddy and the 50 Cent situation? Let me ask you this. How did 50 Cent get all of that footage when it was Diddy's people following him? How did he get that? That's what I was wondering.
I feel personally, because he's not going to tell us directly how. You know what I mean? A source is never going to give you your source. Like, right. You know what I mean? But I do feel money talk.
That's right.
And I do feel like maybe some promises were made to these people about the money that's owed to them, maybe. As I was looking at the documentary. But I watched the documentary again. And that last I don't know if you noticed that last particular gentleman who was like, I woke up and
Yes.
he stood out to me and out the whole thing.
He said something was going on with him. He realized
But
something
you
was going on.
stayed. And this is the part that I don't understand. Working around these people and knowing, like now you're well aware what goes on. This is not the 1900s. It's going to be drugs, bottom line. It's going to be parties. But anywhere you go, anywhere, and that's with any label, the sex stuff is going to go on. Mm-hmm. Period. If drugs is involved, sex is going on. If it's strippers around, orgies, it's going to be that kind of environment. If it's that environment, it's going to be that. How you telling me you're going to write songs, make these great beats for this man, still not get paid, still to this day? Right. But tell me you stay. You have a family.
He was the guitar player at first, right?
Yeah, and he's a great, just talented man. But you stayed, knowing that you possibly got raped because you fell asleep and you waking up and Puff is next to you and you feel pain in your rectum, but you stayed. Right then, why wouldn't you go to a doctor and file a report? I know a man has their pride, but nigga, that's not pride at this point. Right. Because this happened to you on more than one occasion, okay? Even with Cassie, when he started adding other people, why you stayed? And I'm not quite too sure, but I do feel that my baby father might be one who was involved in those orgies. Because there's times when he would call me high as a kite with Cassie, and I remember the day when Cassie shaved the side of her head, because he called me. He was actually with Puff. And he was like, yo, she's out here wilding. She's screaming outside in the street. She done shaved the side of her head. They all fucked up, coked up, drunk, all kind of shit. Why are you still there? You have a son. Why are you not back yet? Why are you staying with these people? Why are you so close to Atiba, his stylist, who's a well-known, obvious gay man that's probably still on Riverside somewhere, because that's where he's from? Why are you still there? Because you want to be involved. Because you want to get high. You want to be around that. You know what I mean? It's not about the music all the time. It's just about being around that ambiance. I wasn't with that. I don't want to be around that ambiance. I want my money.
That's it.
Give me I want my own. Puff is not going to give me a house. Puff is not going to give me a car unless I sell myself to him. And God knows he done sold himself to the devil. Any man who's doing the shit he's doing. But I do want to mention, at all those parties, me even working a short period of time that I worked there, it was a lot of rich white men involved that no one ever pointed their finger at. What happened with them? Because if you saw when they first investigated Puff, did you see the list of people that left? They had an NFL, like directors, just quitting their jobs when they raided that house and got them tapes. So why y'all all quit?
Damn.
Those parties, there's pictures. Jada, Will, Tom Cruise, J-Lo, all these people
LeBron James.
LeBron. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Meek Mills, the poor boy. I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, do you think they got to Meek Mills?
Yeah, I do.
Puffy got to
Yeah,
them.
I'm sure of it.
Oh,
I'm
man.
sure of it. I'm sure of it. I've seen the finest of the finest women throw themselves out that man, and he's just like oblivious.
Was you there when J-Lo and Puffy was together?
Was I still there? No.
Oh, that's when you was broke.
I was going by then. I left in 2000, 2001. But then I got back around like 2000, I want to say 2006. So I took a break and it was like black floating around, not working with them, but around, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like, because remember, I was still also a stylist too. Not only did I do the makeup, but I also was still styling. So I would pick up garments, I would buy things, I would get their stuff, I would get them ready, but I was assisting. Because at the time, I was assisting someone who worked at Rockefeller. And that's how I ended up meeting Dame Dash.
And who was paying you? Was it Diddy?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No. Diddy never paid me.
Wow.
Diddy never paid.
You ain't never do makeup for Diddy?
No.
Okay.
But he would buy from me. So like, say if he needed something,
Right.
he would come to the store, he'll call me, I gotta pick up this, that, and the third. And he would only want like clear lip gloss, which I thought was weird, but
Clear lip gloss?
yeah, for his lips. And I thought that was pretty feminine of him, but yeah. But yeah. And then I had a friend who did makeup for Faith and everybody, and she actually still works around them sometimes because she still works with Faith. So yeah.
So Faith is still into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though we don't hear from her,
No.
she's behind the scenes.
Yeah, but she still do her shows and she still got her things going on. And I have a close friend who's in Miami who does Kim still. So I mean, like I said, me having my son, some of the clients that I had to give them away too. Like, you know what I mean? Like Remy Ma, I knew the whole situation. Like she was telling me word for word as I'm doing her face. Like dead squirrels in her pool, all kind of crazy shit that was going on when that girl got hurt. And I believe she didn't do it. You know what I mean? She still took the fault for it. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
When Remy got locked up.
Oh, okay.
She had a young lady, you know, that was her friend that got hurt, I believe, shot in the stomach. And, you know, they tried to say, you know, Remy did it. But I strongly feel she did not.
Right.
No.
Well, the girl didn't accuse her of doing it, right?
Yes.
When they got shot?
Yeah.
Oh, she just tried to get paid.
Yeah.
Probably
And I knew it's sad because I actually knew the girl's sister very well. And I felt like I was in the middle because I'm doing Remy's makeup, and I knew the sister of the girl that got hurt, and she's telling me one story, Remy's telling me another. It's hard when you in
Yeah, they put you in the middle of it.
because like any artist or any stylist or any barber, you're these people's therapists. 9 times out of 10, I really didn't have to do much, but just listen.
You cool on the water and all that.
I'm good, yeah. And all I would have to do was just listen. So as I was doing makeup and doing people's face, they would just tell me their business.
Yeah, they tell you their story. That's what goes on in the barbershop too.
Yeah, and it's like, it's crazy because I would hear so much and know so much. When I took the break and got back into it, I'm like, oh my God, they're just opening up themselves to me. So it's just ironic how that is, you know? Because certain things I didn't want to know, you know?
Yeah.
And they just telling me.
Let's get back to the Eric Sherman situation.
Yeah.
For some reason, Puff Daddy wanted to fight him.
Yes.
And Eric was like, you don't want this. You don't want this, man. You don't want this. Right here.
No.
You don't?
No. But I feel like because one thing about Eric Sherman that I did get from the energy, I only been around him maybe like I said, I was young, maybe on 6 or 7 occasions. And he's humble.
Yeah.
But I feel like the ones that's quiet like him are the ones that really will beat your ass. And I feel like with him too, he had a team of people. Like it wasn't like he never came off as like a pushover or a pussy ass, whatever terminology they want to use about him. He was a businessman. And I feel like he kind of like strayed away. But I think it was because so many of the rumors and things that was being said about him, he just was like MIA. He's the first black rapper that's out heavy set with green eyes. He had a whole image, a look to him that no other rapper had. You know what I mean? So like, even with Mary J. Blige too. I feel like he knew how to persuade a certain persona to certain people. He knew when to behave a certain way, because Puff is smart. One thing you got to give him that. He knew how to manifest certain behaviors with certain women. No, when you would see little things, but it wasn't really open to the world. It was times where I would see him grab Cassie a little too tight or tell her come on, or doing like fashion week shows, I would see he will push her closer to him or won't let. I mean, I've been in abusive relationships, so he did show the signs to me of somebody overly protective. Like he didn't want her to talk to a lot of people, especially when they were out. Yeah,
do you believe he really loved Cassie? I think he did.
No, I want to say he loved her, but in a bad way. He was obsessed with her. And it's a sad, that's the love that you don't want to have with somebody. Like he was just obsessed with her to the point where he abused her so much because he didn't want nobody else to have her.
Right.
And I feel like, why wouldn't you have a child with her? There was so many other little things about him that confused me with their relationship. They were together a very long time. Over a decade. That's a long time to not want to have a child and not get married and then still mess around. Mind you, he had those twins. He was still with her. But I feel
he had twins by who?
Kim Porter.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And
what happened with that situation?
And Kim was his true. That's the one. That will always be his one. Kim?
She's the one that passed away.
Yes, with the
and
pneumonia.
They said Puffy did it.
No.
Okay.
She was sick. She had pneumonia, but I don't know. I mean, she had things happen. Who knows? But I think honestly, with certain things that we're watching,
right,
and seeing on social media. And with 50's documentary, I do feel like you can be easily convinced with the proper editing and the proper verbiage and the proper things to convince people to hate someone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just like YouTube.
Because even watching Puff's scene that he had when he was talking outside of the hotel in that documentary, you can see him talking to his lawyers, talking to his team.
Right.
Like, don't let some of this stuff air out. Look at the facade that they're making me look like. You know what I mean? Him calling his kids, him telling his kids, like, y'all know this is not me. Like, that's where that's where everybody's like mad at me, because I'm saying, we don't know. You know what I mean? This is just a documentary that was easily edited to make it look even more worse on this man. But we really don't know. Right. You know what I mean?
I agree.
We're not there. We're not sitting there with him. Like I said, me knowing him and meeting him on the occasions that I met him, he always exuded business and money. That was always first and foremost with him. Once I noticed his demeanor around, like being in Harlem, he just got big-headed. Like, he didn't want to come in Harlem. He didn't want to shake hands with people. He didn't want to be around us no more, because why should he? You got a house in Miami. You know what I mean? Oh my God. She just seemed like she was just too much. I've met Nikki Murphy. Same situation. Eddie Murphy's ex-wife. That woman ain't looking at nobody who is, if you're fat or not cute, she not talking to you.
Who? Which one is that?
Eddie Murphy's ex-wife. Nikki Murphy, yes.
Yeah.
She don't play that. If you're beautiful and your team is beautiful, she'll talk to you. But if you're not giving that healthy vibe, she don't want no parts of you. Some people just act like that. Puff, if you're not about that money or look like money or high class, like, I'm surprised him. I mean, I met Floyd Mayweather. He's a prime example of somebody that I really don't. I like him, but I don't like him. I don't
Arrogant.
He's very arrogant. I mean, I'm going to say I worked at Saks for a short period of time.
You worked as what?
Saks Fifth Avenue for like 2 years.
Okay.
He used to come there religiously. They would close the store down for this man just so he can shop. And I'm like, okay, I get it, but I don't get it, because he's a team of bodyguards. All right, he's buying a $5,000 moisturizer. Good for him. He could have got that shit sent to his house.
A $5,000 moisturizer?
For his face. Sometimes I feel like those little things that make me not like you. It's kids out here dying, poverty in Africa. What are you giving to our community? What are you giving to us? Nothing. Your watch is $2 million. How many? Let me get some of that. You got money to waste on a watch? Okay. Yeah, so it's like, I've met so many people. Like I said, I don't get starstruck. That keeps me going. I watch them. I see how they maneuver. But then I don't have no respect. Like, for instance, having a son that's on the spectrum, I don't see none of these celebrities giving back or discussing. Why Tyler Perry ain't make a movie like that yet? I want to see something like that. I don't want to see a movie about a woman getting beat up or a black woman working hard and the child dies in the end, and then you hire Tiana Taylor to be an officer. And it's just like, come on. Like, let's see something more positive about black women in these films.
In your experience, was there a climate of fear around him that made women feel they could not say no or
with Sean John,
leave?
with Puff?
Yes.
I feel like I said, he knew how to speak to certain people, how he would want to speak to them. Like, he knew not to speak to me that way, but I think he knew my energy. Like, he knew I wasn't the one to speak to like that, because I never gave him an opportunity for me to look silly or like Like, oh, I'm down for it. Like, you could talk to me any kind of way, Puff, because it's Puff.
Right.
I never did that. But it was times where I'm going to say people are afraid of him. They want to please him. They don't want to lose their job. They want to be around that ambiance. They want to get into these parties. They want to be, you know what I mean? If you don't have to sponsor, why not? They're going to parties and they're buying bottles and bottles of thousands of dollars at these clubs. Why not? But I feel like me not being a drinker and a smoker and being in that type of, and he knew that about me. So that kind of was like, she don't smoke, she don't drink, she ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they would try to trick you and get you.
Yeah, of course. I would even be afraid to eat the food sometimes.
Yeah.
Because.
Have you ever been to the white parties with Puff?
No. Have I been invited? Yes. Has my son's father gone to them? Yes. He's been to, I believe, 2. And called me, took pictures, and I'm like, good for you. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, no, thank you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
So that really didn't impress you, that stuff like that?
No. And I don't know, maybe because I was so young and was around certain people and was taught by, I went to Harvard School of the Arts. I had like vocal coaches and people that knew higher industry, Gladys Knight. Like, I met people with class. Even now to this day, yes, I still work and I work for myself and I still meet a lot of big time contenders, but I meet a lot of people that are the owners of Amazon, the owners of, you know what I mean? That's who I do. Why am I going to penny pinch with the little people when I can get the CEO? That's who you want to know. That's who you want to get the check from because it's always somebody above somebody. You know what I mean? But Puff was that somebody that everybody just endured because it was nobody above him. That's why everybody would just be so open to want to work with him and be around him. But once I saw how he was and how cheap he was, I'm good, nigga. Like, bye.
Yep, that's the way he was. Cheap.
And he wasn't for our community. It was fake. When they gave him the key, I'm like, all right, he got a key. So what?
Yeah, but they took it right back, though.
Yeah, and look now.
Who did they give the key to? Was it
forgot.
Fat Joe?
Was it Fat Joe?
I think the mayor took it back and gave the key, I think, to Fat Joe or something.
I'm trying to
Fat
think.
Joe almost got into some deep trouble when he started going against the FBA, Foundation of Black Americans.
Yeah.
That almost got him into a little bit of hot water.
Yeah,
you mentioned that you was you a child of biracial.
Yeah.
Biracial of what?
Oh, my mom is Black. My dad is not. He's actually Portuguese, Puerto Rican, and Italian. And my mom is Black, Indian, and white as well. So when you're mixed like that, when I was in the industry and my mom would push it, it's hard, especially as a mixed child.
My mom is African American. My father is Puerto Rican. But I came out like this, his color.
But I think it's because I'm so mixed with many different races. Like my son, for instance, he looks Dominican, but his father is not all Black. Right. He's Japanese.
Oh, his father?
Black and Dominican. And Quincy looks like he could just be like a Perez or a Lopez kind of guy because he just has that baseball Dominican kind of look. But I mean, like, I think it's because, the mixture. But I'm Black. I never say that I'm not.
Let me ask you this question about P. Diddy.
Okay.
Some women allege he filmed sexual assault and replayed them to humiliate them and to control them. Did you ever hear him brag about tapes or
never
him?
I never heard that. That's why certain parts of the documentary that I did see kind of surprised me because he never spoke like that. But like I said, I never was around the after hours him. The after hours him was way different from the daytime him because he wouldn't party like all day. He wasn't that kind of guy. I feel like he probably would sniff a little coke or do something here and there or pop a pill, but those kind of things I never heard him. I never seen that. But have I heard people talk about him having videos or him record girls? Yes, I have.
Oh, so you have heard about it.
But not through him.
Yeah,
not through, maybe from a girl I think he did or things like that, but I don't know.
From the outside looking in, people ask, why didn't they just walk away? Based on what you saw, how did money, career, promises, and threats combine to trapping women in the alleged abusive relationships?
All right. Like I said, money talk.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that kind of money that this man has, you know, it's hard because you don't know what that person is going through or why they need that money. And if it's needed, he will pay you right then. He will give you the money to do what you want to do, but you better do what he say. It's like that kind of aspect, which is sad because then I feel like with some of these parties, they claim that some women were found dead. They claim that a lot of them were prostitutes. So it's like, it's hard in that aspect because I do know he would hire prostitutes.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact, girls would be called. And not all were female. Some were transgender as well. And I know when I used to do a lot of music videos and makeup, especially like for Terror Squad people, they used to hire a lot of transgender women for their videos. And I used to think, did they know? Did they not know? But some of the hairstylists on set or some of the other people that I would be around, they'd be like, Stacy, they know. Like, you can tell, like, you know, some of them, but then I'm like, I can't tell. Some of them are very beautiful. And it's like, girl, that's what they want. Mm-hmm. But then I thought about it because it was a period of time in my early 20s when I used to do a lot of try to get into videos and stuff like that. And I would always get picked as an extra, maybe because I wasn't that. But some of them were mostly trans and had a lot of work done. I don't have work done. I'm not here with Botox face and big titties and stomach sucked out and ejections, which a lot of my friends had. And a lot of the other girls who would go on these castings with me had. And I was always the good girl next door. And that would be more my direction that they would try to put me in. Mm-hmm. I think I did like one Jay-Z video. And I actually did my baby's father video. I choreographed that video and we did that in Miami.
You did one Jay-Z video?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
I'm not telling you, no.
Because you know I'm going to look at it.
And I also did my son's father video too.
Okay.
Yep. And I choreographed the video and they flew me to Miami. And I was actually pregnant in that video with my son. I was about 4 months pregnant. But I had
did you get a chance to meet Beyonce?
No.
How is Jay-Z like in person?
He's cool. Businessman, like I said, him and Dame are totally different.
Right.
Like literally, totally different. Fab, another one. When I met Fab, that's when he was like big t-shirts, white tee, big hat, Fab. This Fab of today is totally different. I actually do one of the girls who...
Is he more cool?
No, I'm not.
When I see Fab, I look at him as a cool
I feel like, no. Looks can be deceiving.
Right.
I actually do a makeup for a young lady who sleeps with him. It's one of his.
Say that again?
I do makeup for one of the females who sleep with him, and that's like one of his joints right now. So no, looks can be very. He's a very disgusting man too. So I don't know if it's the money or what with these rappers and these guys when they get this money or get to their stature, they lose their mind.
Yeah.
They really do. And he's very like I'll say one thing about Fab, he's an old soul. I'll give him that. He has a very old soul. So that's why I can see you saying like the humbleness, the niceness.
That's what I see.
But I do feel like he could be maybe like a little like Jacqueline Hyde-ish. Like that nastiness is in there. You know what I feel? You know what I mean? If you make him mad enough, you'll see another side of him that you're not gonna like. Probably the side that you see like a Puff in these fucking documentaries that you don't like about Puff. But Puff, when you talk to him and you want to learn from him, he's someone you would want to learn from.
You're not afraid to talk like that on camera?
No.
Okay. Because you don't want them getting at you or nothing like that.
I don't care. I never did. I mean, I've had people talk to me about Trump and me make a lot of decisions about that. I've had people record me on many different topics before, and I'm not afraid because I'm highly opinionated.
Do you like Trump as a president?
No, I do not.
What is your opinion on the ICE movement?
I feel like it's ridiculous. I feel like it's going too far. Not if they're like literally asking people for their IDs on the bus just to see if you're a citizen or not. Because technically, I'm going to tell you an incident that happened to me over the summer. I went to Miami. I was in the airport. I had my ID, but my ID is not the new ID.
Right.
But thank God I had my passport with me as well. But they definitely pulled me off the line.
Wow.
It was like I had a fake ID. And I'm like, this is a real ID. Oh, it don't have the star on it. This is not what we asked for. I said, I have my passport. Well, why you didn't show us that before? I really didn't think it was a thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't really think they was going to go that far with doing this shit. But
so they actually pulled you out the lineup?
Mm-hmm.
Was you a little afraid?
Hell no. I cursed his ass out too.
Yeah, you got that Harlem.
That's the Harlem in me. Mm-hmm. I definitely cursed his ass out because I was like, I don't want to miss my fucking flight. This is my only time I'm getting a break, a vacation.
Right.
Here's the put me back, and then they just let me go because I was about to wild out.
Oh, man. All right. Damn. All right. Diddy has publicly apologized for the assault whilst still denying being a serial abuser. Do you believe his apology reflects real accountability, or was it just damage control once the evidence in the footage started to surface?
I feel like it's a little bit of both, actually. I feel like he was sincere by just saying the sorry because now we all saw it. And a man of his stature, I don't think he wanted that to be seen or anybody to see him in that light. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, we seen it, nigga. We saw you pull her out. We saw you beat her ass in the hallway. We saw her with the top. Like, we saw all of this, and you didn't look all that remorseful then. But like I said, under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or whatever else, that changes a man too. Like, you know what I mean? We really don't know what happens behind these closed doors. You know what I mean? I think it was also, I'm going to just say this, someone told him to do that and do that publicly because his publicist didn't want this shit to hit the fan and get more deep, and it ended up getting more deep. You know what I mean? Once they raided the house in Miami and his sons being there, you know, that was a whole big issue too. You know, he has daughters. People are not taking that. I feel like some of the stuff that they're saying and doing, they're not really thinking about his twin daughters. I mean, I know they're young women, you know, they're in college now, but like, come on. He has a little baby too. What's gonna happen when that young one that he had with 50 cents what's gonna, like, come on. Like, I feel like certain things shouldn't be out in the open like this.
Diddy moms was not no joke as well.
No.
As I'm looking at the documentary.
No, well, Diddy moms was big time.
Right.
That woman never worked.
Right.
That was a hustler.
She was always into, right, exactly.
And his, if I'm not mistaken, his father was somebody big too.
And she was in the music industry as well.
Yeah, but his dad was the one. Puff dad was really somebody. And the only reason why I know a little bit of that is because my mom was a bartender and had a bar, like worked the bar that my uncle owned somewhere on, like in Harlem, and saw them. I do know for a fact that Puff has family that lives in Esplanade Garden, which is actually his auntie. So, and his uncle is there. So you have family that live in our area that still live here. Why? Because if I were you, my family would not still be living in Esplanade. But that's another story, another time.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. So. Is there anything else you would like to give the people? Because I'm hoping you could come back and do a part 2.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because see, this first one of really getting to know you, getting to know what you speak about, I could be more prepared for more questions, better questions.
Yeah, better questions, sure. I mean, like, I have a lot of knowledge. Like I said, I'm still in the industry.
All right.
And I have to work tomorrow. I don't even know who this is tomorrow. Sometimes I get clients, I don't even know who it is. They just call me.
And
like,
you go to them.
And I go on set, actually. I do also a lot of makeup for a lot of news reporters to help them to get work. I also do their children for celebrities to help them get work, because I'm affiliated with a lot of modeling agencies like with Wilhelmina, IMG. So I actually I help them create their webpage, their portfolio, but I get them ready to get that job. Basically the same thing I did with my baby father. I got him prepared and ready so he can be who he was. And he just verged off so quickly. So
once you got him into the music industry or the business, he just flipped on you.
He flourished. I didn't expect him to get that big that fast.
Right.
But I did see something about him very unique. And if it wasn't for me, he would have never got there. And even though we don't speak and we're not on great terms, he will tell you that. Like, she got me where I'm at. Now, the reason why he left, I really do feel, is because our son came out autistic. And when I carried my son, I did have cancer. So after I had my son,
you beat that.
And I beat it.
That's good.
And a lot of people in the industry knew that I was sick. A lot of people didn't know what I had. Rumors were speculated, I had caught HIV from him, and he's gay, and the way he looked. Oh, I had all of that.
Yeah.
You know, rumors are rumors.
Right.
But when they saw that, I was like, oh shit, got better. Everything was good, came back into the light. And before, when I started, I didn't have the short pixie cut. My hair was down to here. I used to wear it on the side. Everybody said I looked like Aaliyah. Even Dame Dash couldn't even look at me because she was already gone by that time. And he was like, oh my God. And his homeboy used to be like, you know, she looked like her. And he used to be like, don't say that, that's Stacy. And then he'll just mumble some shit and keep it on going. But, you know, it's just crazy because I took so many break points in my life in the industry. Sometimes I wonder if I didn't get sick or if I didn't have my son, where would I be? Would I have my show? Because that was one of my...
Do you have any regrets?
Yeah, giving that me and my child, yes. He didn't earn that. I shouldn't have did that. But when
What you mean? What you mean?
I feel like giving my baby father a child was my biggest mistake.
Oh, okay.
Because he didn't earn that. You know what I mean? As fast as we fell in love, we fell out of love. You feel me? I only knew him for a year, but I was so willing to help him. And I saw what he was so like capable of. I read his rhymes. It got me back, I think, open into the things I used to do when I was younger. He was rapping, and then it opened that door for me where I was like, like that little enlightenment. Like, should I get back into the music? Like when I met him, it was just making me, all these things in my mind start jumping up. Like, how can I manifest this? How can I do that? So it was like, I kind of was like, using him as my protege as a way.
What is he doing now, if you know?
He still models. He's in LA.
Do he take care of his son?
No, he owes a lot in child support, which was agreed.
You need to go after that.
We was agreed in court.
You need to go after that.
Yeah, and I still am. Actually, we are back and forth in court still to this day, and my son is 19.
Right.
And
That's
he doesn't want
back money he got.
He owes me about 250. And Puff owes him about 50. So if Puff can throw that 50 at me now, I'll be glad to take it off his hands. Because if Puff gives it to him, it goes straight to me anyway. So, but he can't open a bank account. He has a fake passport. He still is able to travel. You know, the course of...
He's older than you?
No, he's not. He's actually younger than me. Not by much. Yeah, so it's hard because I didn't think he would do that to me, but you never know. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like I said, I don't think as a man he got that much attention. And once he got plugged in and that attention that he was getting, I mean, he was everywhere at one point. Like, I couldn't stop and go anywhere without seeing this boy's face. Like, he had a turn-up time where it was his time. He was a figure for Apple on the Apple cards. He was a model for McDonald's. He was on all the little placemats for the Happy Meals. So now I'm getting a Happy Meal for our son, and this nigga like, oh, it's daddy. And I'm like, oh, God, let's go. You know what I mean? We'll go to Macy's. We'll go everywhere. And this nigga pictures. Like, I'm like, bro, pay up. I got you there. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's sad.
I paid for the Metro cards to get you on that casting. I bought the shoes, the first suit. Anything that his mother didn't do, I did. And his mother was actually one of the commissioners, you know what I mean, for ACS. And you would think, being a commissioner for ACS, your son is not paying child support?
Wow. Have you ever spoke to her?
Oh, yeah. She has a mansion in Riverdale. She retired, but I've spoke to her on plenty of occasions. She also got me arrested.
Damn. She don't try to see her grandson?
No.
It's like,
no.
Yeah, that's sad.
It's like I said, when you in the industry, because she knew quite well when she saw me that I was the one that was going to help him, and she was quite an opportunist as well. And she knew that her son was messing around with the drugs. See, I didn't know in the beginning that he was messing around with the cocaine and shit, but he was a blood when I met him. He was a gangbanger. I cleaned all that up. Everything stopped when he met me. Your blood, no more. He had to hide it because you can't just get out, he told me. But he said he wasn't gonna wear the bandanas no more. He wasn't gonna, wear all that red. And I'm like, look, now I'm pregnant. Now we really need to clean you up. Now you really need to figure out. He dropped out of school at 9th grade. He could write his ass off, but you couldn't read a lick. How you writing rhymes like this so you can't read? It was like an R. Kelly moment. Like, cause R. Kelly wasn't academically inclined. Like he only knew how to make music, but he couldn't handle nothing.
Have you ever got a chance to see R. Kelly?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, how was he?
Yes. But I was like, at the time, I believe I was 21, 22. And I was just such a big fan of his. I didn't even care if he winked his eye at me at that time, He winked his eye at me. And I was like, you R. Kelly now. You gotta wink back. But, but I still didn't engage. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was the whole thing. I met Timbaland. I even had, I want to say I was probably, because Quincy wasn't born yet, and I didn't get sick yet, so I had to be 24. And I went for a casting to be on 106 in Park, but I didn't get it. I believe they gave it to another young lady. It was a Spanish girl, and she had got it. And I was so disappointed because I really thought they were going to give it to me because I had a plug-in. It was a cameraman that worked there that knew me, and it was actually an executive producer that knew me. And they were like, we're gonna get you on here. Like, cause that was my main goal. That's really what I wanted to do in the beginning. That's why I even tried to jump in and do the internship, because I wanted some type of format where I'm musically inclined, but also like on TV and trying to still help the youth and like be like a role model and show the girls how it should be. You know what I mean? But I was so disappointed that I didn't get that job.
We ain't talk about Usher. Have you ever met Usher?
Yes, I did. And I was very disappointed when I met him.
Wow.
Usher's I want to say he's a very unique gentleman. When I met him, I think I met him on 2 occasions. Once I was very young when he first came out. I met him and I don't know where it was. I think it was an audition to be with him during a Puerto Rican parade. And he didn't choose me to be with like one of the girls that would like just dance and stand around while he would perform. He actually said that I was too light, and that surprised me. And he was like, "You're not my type. I don't want her on here." And he was just so nasty to me. And then I met him again, like later on for something else. I think it was like I was styling somebody else, and he was there, but he was like really rude, like really stuck up, really like gay-like to me. Like he just was acting like a bitch. He had very feminine tendencies. I was thinking about him anyway about that.
Yeah, we got to get back to Chris Brown.
Chris.
Yeah, we got to get back to Chris Brown.
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris. I felt so bad. I mean, I feel like with Chris though, he's very talented. I met Rihanna, and then I think I met Rihanna first, and then I met him. And it was funny where I met Rihanna. I met Rihanna and Chelsea Pierce, actually. And I forgot what she was doing there. But she was doing something, and I met her, and I'm like, "Oh, wow, I love you. You're great." You know what I mean? And she like, "Oh, thank you. Very pleasant, very sweet young girl." But I could tell she was high. I found out that he was being like abusive to her, and they were going out. And I felt like they also did that devil shit. I really felt like they were into that during that period.
The satanic rituals.
Yeah, I really feel like they were into that. They just gave that vibe to me, especially when I saw him. I don't know, his energy gave that. Like, I don't know what it was. And then I noticed that he started to crumble. His career crumbled.
Chris Brown, right?
Yeah, because he hit her, and the pictures came out of her. And yeah, and now look, you know what I mean? I think it's like all about time. You know what I mean? Look at Tiana. I knew her for years. I remember I did her first fashion show at Mini Sync on Linux, and when they was doing, and I would do makeup there, and I mean, it was amazing to see her flourish like she's flourishing now. I never thought it was going to happen because look how long it took. But that girl been working hard for at least, I want to say 30 years of her life. And now look, she just won like award after award, movie after movie. And look at her man, Shepherd, Iman. Look at that. Beautiful family.
Now, you said you was you was hoping that Eric Sherman can produce you or hire you or contract you as a rapper or a singer. You was mostly a singer.
Singer. But he wanted to do both.
Did you write your own lyrics?
Yes. But they would definitely want, like, I feel like with any writer, they would love to change or add somebody in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was a lot of things that I wrote, they would like a little bit pieces of it, but then like, nah, we need to change this Stace, or we need to change that Stace, and we don't really like this. It was kind of hard for me because I wasn't really good with the critique. Mm-hmm. You know, I felt like I wrote it is good, but it would be like people that I would meet and other writers and other A&Rs, and they were like, no, that's not the direction we want for you. And I think that was really my problem, because back then I was young. I'm a Gemini. I was just like, fuck everybody. I'm gonna say what I want. No. You know what I mean?
A Gemini?
That's my sign.
Right.
June 20th. So I felt like that about me was like stubborn.
My daughter is a Gemini.
She is.
I have a...
Yeah, I think you told me.
Yeah, my daughter's a Gemini. Geminis is very...
We can be difficult.
No. I love your style.
We could be difficult, but I feel like we know a lot.
Geminis do not play.
No.
They speak their mind. My daughter speaks her mind.
Yes.
She don't care.
And I feel like most Geminis that I met besides me are multi-talented.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Love fashion, love food. Like, I have not met another Gemini that did not love beautiful things. Mm-hmm. Like, every Gemini I met in that aspect, love clothes, love unique pieces. Like, I feel like that's part of the sign. I'm definitely that. I am cusp. I have a little bit of Cancer in me because I am very sensitive, and most Geminis that I met are not sensitive.
Right.
I'm very sensitive, and I feel like that's that cusp of that little bit of Cancer in there. Just had to fuck it up because I'm very sensitive. And I think that's what messed me up.
Yeah, but that's the way my daughter is too.
Yeah, but that messed me up. Me being so sensitive and me being so bullheaded, that's probably why I didn't go forth with anything that they wanted me to do. I was just like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
They like, Stacy, no.
Yeah.
You know, and then they would get other women to try to talk to me, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't even know why you did that, because that's not my mother, and I'm not going to listen to her either. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But now as a grown woman with a child, you know, I learned now that, you shouldn't be, you got to listen and take in the information, because, you know, I might have went further in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Geminis can be rough, boy.
Yeah, it was rough.
I got because I got a daughter and a son, they twins.
Oh.
So both of them.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Both of them is like they attitudes, man.
Yeah, it's difficult.
You could just ask a question.
But it's a beautiful difficulty.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, my daughter her attitude just go to the roof.
To the roof. It's fast.
You can't just say anything.
You can't.
Like,
you can't, because honestly,
back down, they don't do that.
And a lot of times, like I'm starting to learn this now about me. Mm-hmm. It's not that they're coming from a bad place, but a lot of times I think with Geminis we take it as someone coming from a bad place, and our defense mechanism goes up. Because I'm like, so, like, when someone says one thing to me wrong,
that's right.
Like, so quickly, and I'm way better now that I'm older, but it's still in there. Because one little argument, and if my point is not, all right, you're going to fucking listen, now I'm going to yell. We're going to bring this across.
Right.
We're going to get this point across.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
You remind me of this sister named Nepal Shaddai.
Nepal Shaddai.
She's a Gemini.
She's a Gemini? Okay.
Yeah, she don't play.
Okay.
Play at
maybe she like, well, that's maybe the Gemini in me why I would always stay hard on, no, thank you. They used to hate that I would bring drinks with me. Like, you want something?
Your own, that's right.
I'm good. You ate before I got here. Like, I always was like 3 steps ahead. And I give that to my mom, because my mom always taught me that. Always have things written down, always be on top of your game if this is what you want to do. And this is with anything you do in life. You cannot let them know. No and no. No and no. Don't wear that. Like, it was things she like, don't wear that. And I'm like, okay. She like, you don't want to give that wrong impression.
Yes.
So. Okay,
so I'm hoping I can do another part 2.
Yeah, you can.
Probably sometime at the end of this month or something.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be better prepared.
And you can think of something else.
In closing, let me hear a song.
No.
That you wrote. Come on, you can't be shy.
No.
Okay.
No.
You ready for that?
I mean, like I did tell you, I did have cancer of the throat and the vocal, and I can sing for you.